Okay, my name is Patrick Streeter, and this is our old family farm, Harps Farm, Great Hallingbury. And my parents bought it in 1930, and the family has been living there ever since. It's an old medieval settlement. You've got remains of a moat around there. The house is Victorianised. You've got the old barns over there. Now, during the war, the Americans came and built Stansted Airport. We had gun emplacements built over there to protect the airport. We had barracks down there for the aircraftmen, and the Americans built a concrete road there. After the war, the airport continued. A small amount of civil activity. When I was growing up here, we had about an old propeller plane would come about once an hour. They weren't intrusive at all, it was quite fun to watch them. But I suppose about 30 years ago, the airport started to expand, and expanded by stealth. And then people got worried because immunity was being destroyed, airplanes were becoming more frequent, they were becoming noisier. In due course, the government passed legislation to say that compensation should be paid to householders whose amenity has been destroyed by the airport. Now, we put in for compensation, and my late mother was living here, and because it was an anomaly, we didn't get paid. And the anomaly was that she actually owned her house, but technically she was an agricultural tenant of herself. So the airport authorities and the legislation said, well, she's not an owner-occupier, she's a tenant, so therefore we're not going to pay her compensation. But in fact, she did own it, but this strange anomaly meant that she didn't get paid compensation. But the legislation said that in due course we would get compensation when the airport authorities finished certain building works. So that was fine. We look forward to when this compensation would be paid. Now, they actually have done 95% of these building works, but they won't finish it off. And it's inescapable, the fact that the reason they won't finish it off is because they don't want to pay the compensation. Basically, they're building an aeroplane park. And the planning permission says once you finish your airplane park, you have to pay compensation, that's the key date, to all the people who haven't had it. But they won't finish it off. They've got 3 more little slots to finish, and they won't finish off, and therefore avoiding paying the compensation. Now, what is interesting is that the airport authorities keep on moving the target. I've had letters in February 2006 to say the critical date when they would pay compensation was 2009. Then they sent me one in 2008, and the date had moved to 2012. I had one earlier this year. The date had then moved to 2014, and then in June, the dates shot right ahead to 2019, 2020. So you're dealing with a moving target. They're just wriggling, they're refusing to pay compensation, they're getting out of it. So either the legislation is wrong, because it says, because it allows them to exploit this anomaly, or if the legislation's okay, then the airport authorities shouldn't be able to avoid paying compensation, and it's something wrong with their behaviour. So anyway, I'm going to take it up with Parliament and the relevant authorities, and take the airport authorities to book and get compensation paid for my family, because of the amenities that have been destroyed in this lovely old house, and also all similar householders in the neighbourhood who are in a similar situation.